Well,
Well,
so Kesha got banned.
yep. Kesha did get banned on the 24th episode of the greatest 24th episode podcast ever.
Yeah, is there anyone, Kobe Bryant, after he did the thing?
Yeah, 824.
After he jumped over the car?
Yep, 824. Kobe Bryant Day.
Oh, hell yeah. August 24th?
Yep.
Yep. Then it's
Yep.
August 24th.
Yep, it's a good thing we're putting this podcast out on Kobe Bryant Day.
On Kobe Bryant Day, nothing can stop us.
But
We are a little current. We're a little current. TikTok was banned
yep.
for 12 hours.
TikTok, don't stop. I don't know how the song goes.
TikTok, blah, 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 blue,
Something
blah.
like that. Yeah, it did get banned for time, and then we're recording this on Sunday, which is literally the day it got unbanned.
Yes.
Well, I was telling my buddy earlier today that basically I was like, oh, well, it's probably going to get unbanned on Monday or Tuesday. Literally, as I was texting him that, I just see like an Instagram notification or like a post that's like, yep, TikTok's officially been unbanned.
Oh, so quick.
I'm like, yeah, makes sense.
I saw the SpongeBob meme
Yeah.
where it's like, all right, buddy, you're about to do some hard time. And then he puts
Yep.
him in jail, and then, all right, you're done.
Yep.
And he just takes him out of jail.
He's like, see ya.
I
mean, it is pretty bad for the world that TikTok was gone for like 2 seconds.
well, how many people, okay, so give me the death rate.
It must have been at least 100,000.
100,000, only in the U.S., obviously.
Yeah, obviously. 100,000 people died.
Now, unironically, in the non-bit world, I do think there is a thing that I would actually feel sad about. And it's small business owners.
Yeah.
Like, that revenue stream, I mean, unironically,
Yeah, I do it. But, well, here's the thing is, like, honestly, I don't actually make much money from the platform itself.
Yeah.
More than anything, I just get to leverage the followers I have on the platform to pitch brands to pay me more for brand deals.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the only use and how I make any sort of money off TikTok, because TikTok kind of pays like shit. Unless and part of that also is kind of on me because they have like a creator program.
Yeah.
Where it's like you basically apply for it and you start getting paid for videos, but then like they also have basically like a creator program where it's like anything over a minute long you get paid for, but if you apply to that, anything under a minute you don't get paid for.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. Dude, if you apply to that specific program, anything over a minute you'll get paid for, anything under a minute you will not get paid for anymore.
Why can't you do both?
Great fucking question. That is a great question, honestly.
Get me in there. I can be the question guy.
Yeah, fuck, dude. Right? You're Singapore. I'm not Senatorian.
Yep.
Yeah, for real.
Well, I mean, you actually have like a much, we're on episode 24. There's a lot of goofs and gaffes that happen on this podcast, but we've never just came out and said it. Like, you have a strong following on TikTok.
Yeah, I do.
It's 4.5 million people on TikTok.
Yeah.
He is JD, the camera guy, the cross pollination of the well and the camera guy.
Yep. Tingus Pingus.
The Pingus. Yep. So as a creator, like genuinely, what's your perspective of it?
Well, I mean, like, when it comes to the TikTok, I, like, kind of get it, but also it's, like, one of the biggest loopholes for me is I think there are so many worse apps / websites that are out there.
Give me some.
Like, I mean, I hate to
Uber Eats.
fucking punch the face of sex workers, but OnlyFans?
Oh, sure.
OnlyFans? Yeah. Like, I think that's not very helpful, especially when you look at, like, the demographic of users is skewing younger and younger.
Oh.
It's like, that's not good. And then, like, another thing that's really crazy, because a lot of the marketing is done through, it's not just TikTok, it's just social media in general.
Yeah.
Through, like, these sex worker platforms. It is like, children know about this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I was hanging out with a buddy, and like his like 9, 10, 11-year-old children were talking about how they know what OnlyFans is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Which is
creepy,
like,
bro.
exactly. It's so much more like publicized, and like that makes it so much more accessible to children, which I think is more of the issue. And then not only that, there's also like the debate of like, well, they're not banning like or putting any sort of restriction on like weapons
Yeah.
for like schools or like involving like school shootings. And
Those don't happen anymore. We phased those out.
last season.
Dude, they patched in a DLC.
Yeah, they must have. But I mean, I say all that to say the fact that I think there's bigger issues than TikTok, which is like, it's the same thing as all the other apps. It just has like the main corporation ByteDance has ties with China.
Yes.
Which it's funny because TikTok's even banned in China. So
wait, TikTok's banned in China?
Yeah. TikTok's also
fucking
banned
everything's
in China.
banned in China.
So yeah.
We're probably banned in China.
Yeah, we probably are.
I mean, honestly, just if we're being straight up with each other, like nobody would ever watch us. Like, we don't speak Chinese.
You'd be surprised.
Or Mandarin. We do?
Dude, I mean, like, English, like, people, just like the culture, American culture is so, like, I don't know if prominent is the right term, but it's like plenty of people across the globe watch American content, as well as it's the reverse. There are plenty of Americans who watch other types of foreign content.
Yeah.
I'm sure you watch stuff that's like foreign content.
Yeah, dude, I get those videos of the Indian guys making food. You know what I'm talking about? It's like street vendors. I showed you that one video where it was the guy drank or got a mystery cup and then he poured it into the glass.
Oh, yep.
It's all Instagram
Well,
reels,
and like,
though.
you've also showed me videos of like people who are like, they're somewhere in Asia and they're like going to like these food stands and they're having like this like Asian cuisine. And it looks really fucking good.
I love those videos.
So I'm like, oh, that's kind of really cool.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I would consider that to be, it's like, that's more of like, I guess the video style is just the video style, but that's like Asian culture. And like,
Absolutely.
I'm sure, and I don't fully remember it because it's been a little bit since we've watched it, but like that type of content specifically, like kind of like transcends what language you speak.
Absolutely.
Because it's a lot more, it's so visual versus like what's actually being said.
Yeah.
You're just getting to see these people make these dishes that honestly look pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
So-
the fun part about those videos for me is that it starts from like something that doesn't look very good, and then it ends up being something that like traditionally looks very tasty. But like you got to see the whole process, right? So it's just like, man, what the hell is this guy about to do? And it's like, dude, why? You know, sometimes it's literally as simple as this guy making a souffle pancake, and it's just like a pancake that's like this tall. And you're like, what the fuck? And then it's kind of like, man, I want to taste that. I bet that'd be gasoline.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of them where it's like, yeah, dude, I bet that tastes fucking bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I definitely do watch that.
But
Food content transcends anything.
yeah, I say that all to mention that like I don't necessarily like there's definitely tons of cultures who watch American content that are outside of the US, and a lot of them do it on TikTok. I think honestly, as like a small business platform, personally on a view basis of getting paid based off how many views you're getting, I think it's a poor platform.
Sure.
For like actually paying content creators.
Broke talk.
But like it has features like TikTok Shop that do allow creators to get monetized.
Yeah.
Which is really nice, that allow at least people to make a small business out of it. They use things like, you know, TikTok Live, stuff like that. They just make it like one thing I think TikTok does really well that I think a lot of other like competitors are just dog shit at is like discoverability. Discoverability on TikTok is, I feel like, superb to any other platform. And then not only that, but I also think the search engine on TikTok is actually really good.
And the algorithm.
Yeah, the algorithm, I think the algorithm is so-so.
It's the best I've ever seen.
I don't like.
It's
I mean,
so pinpointed.
literally. Well, I see. Here's the thing: is I think Instagram does better for its algorithm. I think Instagram does way better for its algorithm.
In what way?
Like in terms of like what content it shows you and like the basis of the content it shows you.
Sure.
I think it does a better job of that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I just think that like there's like supporting factors of it that make it better because, like, for example, within TikTok, you can just scroll on TikTok and you'll see live videos, which is a really good integrated feature. That isn't I wouldn't even necessarily call that the algorithm.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that like TikTok's created a better product where it's like you can't do that on Instagram. You can't wait, what?
Yeah, I get those.
You can so you're scrolling on your Reels tab.
Yep.
And you'll scroll into a live video.
Yeah.
I've never had that.
It happens on YouTube Shorts for me. But I actually...
Okay. So it doesn't happen on Instagram.
No, it does
on
both.
YouTube. I've never seen it on either of those platforms.
Do you watch live streams?
Not really, no.
Okay. And I don't know if this is how it works.
I don't watch live streams on TikTok either.
I've watched them on Instagram. I've watched it on... it's always... What is it? Usually it's the Madden guy on Instagram. And then YouTube, it's the gaming content.
Gotcha.
Because, like, I watched Ludwig. So I think when I'm scrolling on YouTube Shorts, it'll, like... Every, like, 10, it'll just pop up. And then if I click into that guy, like, whoever's live streaming, and I start scrolling on that, it'll only be live streams. And it'll only be, what is it called? Vertical?
Yeah. I mean, the format?
Yeah. Well, it's not the traditional, like, I couldn't go and, like...
Horizontally.
Yeah, and I couldn't watch it, like, on my phone or on my computer. Well, I guess I technically could.
I mean, yeah, you can. Dude, it's literally... The only difference is the aspect ratio, how you're viewing it. The viewing experience is different. Because, like, literally, this is how you hold your phone.
Yeah.
Is, like, you hold it vertically. So, viewing content horizontally, you have to literally rotate your phone. I mean, that's really the only difference in the content.
Yes.
There really isn't difference in it besides the aspect ratio you're viewing it in.
Dude,
when you think about it.
Remember my camera was on that aspect ratio for the longest?
Yeah. It was on like a whack aspect ratio.
It's on 16:9.
Yeah, it's good now.
I just remember that cuz for the longest, you know, there's a little BTS here, little BTS stands.
Yeah.
And for like, I don't know, the first X amount of videos that we published, it was always like, man, your camera is just so much crispier than mine.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, yours just looks so much better. And like, you have a better lens, you know, you're JD the Bammer by.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, yeah, I do have a better lens, but one thing that really makes me think about is like, as someone who like gives it a lot of advice about photography stuff is like, dude, you don't need some fucking super high quality. You don't need to spend $5,000 on camera equipment to get high quality content. Because like, dude, like the camera setup, we're on the Sony A6100.
Yep.
And then
Banger.
You're using the Tamron 24 to 75, something like that. I don't remember.
It looks good.
I don't remember the exact size of it, but it looks good. And then this is currently on the Sony A6100 for my camera.
Yep.
And then it is the what is it? The 16 to 35 millimeter G Master.
That's such a dope name.
It is pretty sick.
What's your
it is the
lens? 16
to 35 millimeter G Master. That one is just like a 200 to 600 millimeter f 4.5, I believe. It's like their Sony. It's just some like random series that it's not like a G Master series or anything like that. But I mean, it still does great, you know.
So if, you know, unsolicited advice here, I don't know if anyone watching this is into videos or has any aspirations of being a YouTuber. It's, first of all, way harder. There's only 2 people that I know that can do it, and it's you and me.
Yeah, pretty much.
But if for some reason you wanted to try and drop, I don't know, we dropped like 2 million on this set.
2 trillion.
Well, because here's the thing. Every time we film We're in a different state.
Yeah, we have to pay for the different like state, and we get like we find somewhere that's like almost exactly identical, and we set the lights up almost exactly identical.
Almost like, dude, you kidding me? You think you could build this set anywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to build this set every state we go.
Yeah, we do.
And
I mean,
sucks.
we do that. It is kind of a bitch, but
Well,
you know, we live a fucking jet set lifestyle, and gotta hop on the PJ to get to, you know, Idaho and Utah and, you know, New York and California and Florida and
we haven't been to
Dubai.
California. Wait, okay, Dubai was one time,
Yeah.
but we only filmed
And
shorts.
fucking Bora Bora and, you know,
Okay.
Bali.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
India.
yep.
We tried to go to Singapore. They didn't let us in.
Yeah. They said, whoa, you're Chinese. Okay.
They said, Bing chilling.
Yeah.
And I said, Como se dice, suck my
Suck my peanut. Como
I am-
se dice?
Como se dice, fuck you.
Pretty much. And then I asked them if TikTok accesses the home Wi-Fi
Yeah.
network.
Well, dude, I like okay, to get let's steer back into TikTok. Actually, before that I was actually
We
going to
should-
ask you a genuine question.
Yeah.
Eh.
But we should kind of wrap the TikTok topic, and we should get into some silly, goofy stuff after. But I'm still fine with chatting about TikTok for a little bit.
The before that, like if you're a starting YouTuber, obviously you don't need a Shure SM7B. Like this is just the
Yeah.
best mic. I love it. It's great.
It's
Like,
good. Yeah,
There's nothing to complain about.
Yeah, audio quality is good. Sounds good.
But like if you had to do a setup for somebody that just started YouTube.
Use your phone.
Yeah.
Use your phone. Yep.
Yeah, your phone is
If
good
you're
enough.
literally just starting, use your phone. Use your phone, and actually, what I would recommend people to do is you get the other equipment. You don't upgrade your camera; you upgrade all of your other equipment. So
Lighting.
you get the exactly like you get the cool lighting, and you get the cool props, like all this stuff over here.
I
You
love
get
that banana
you get all
dog.
this stuff. You get this light back here, and wherever I'm trying to point to it, seeing if it does on camera. But and
Right-
then
right there.
there also is two big lights right here that are like that's the type of stuff you should invest in early. And then like if you want to, you can even get like a pretty decent like $50 microphone at like Walmart or Best Buy that you
Yeah.
can plug right into your phone. You can record all on your phone. You don't need to have some crazy cool camera. I mean, shit, if you have like a newer version of an iPhone, if you've gotten an iPhone that came out in the last like 2 years, I'm pretty sure you have cinematic video mode.
Yeah.
So literally it'll give you that like nice crispy bokeh that makes it look so high quality because it makes it look like you're closer to the camera.
Sure.
So like that's what I would argue is instead of spending $1,000 on your like let's say I'm just going to throw out a hypothetical budget even of like $500.
Yeah.
I would recommend someone spends like $300 of that on lighting, tripods, extra stuff like that, and then they spend the other like $200 on audio equipment if they
Sure.
wanted to like go about doing some like video stuff.
Yeah, and it also depends on what kind of content you're making. I think that is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Is like decide whatever avenue that you've decided on and then just like run with it, man. If you like doing it, the beauty of this podcast and the beauty of like what we do here is we just try to have fun. You know, I mean, as much as like I want to jork my peanuts and I want to just be like, you know, we've already been so successful in all of our business adventures. This is just fun.
Yeah.
It's like you know, it's just I get to hang out with my best friend for like an hour, and like
Yeah, we just really make it. We're just goofing.
goofing and gaffing.
Yeah, we're nothing like too serious about it. So
No, I love the podcast. I do think there's a billion wells. That's the one thing
SEO like, and here's a reason why like a lot of it is like you need not only backlog of content, but you do need like views.
yeah.
And here's like, dude, YouTube long form isn't really that much of a discovery thing.
Absolutely.
Usually people discover people through short form content.
Yep.
90% of people's favorite podcasts and favorite YouTubers they found out about is through short form content.
Yep.
On like Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube Shorts, your whatever, and then from there,
Yeah.
like they just consume more of their content.
One, we've had on I think almost every platform we've had one video do really well.
Yeah, I would say weirdly, YouTube's the only one that hasn't had a video really pop off. We've had like a lot of consistent videos that are like 10, 20,000 views.
Yep.
But on TikTok and on Instagram and on Facebook, we've all had videos that have popped over like 200,000. So
yep. TikTok 1.5. Facebook is probably getting close to 1 million.
Yeah, it's somewhere around there.
And then the Instagram's almost at 250K.
Mm-hmm.
But those are just numbers.
Funnily enough, all different videos.
All different videos, all different platforms, all different videos, all different vibes.
Yeah, that's kind of just how it works.
Yeah, it's and that's gonna lead me to my last question of TikTok, and then we'll put a little bow on it, and then we'll put it in the oven,
yep.
And then we'll
let
destroy
it bake.
it.
Yep, we'll destroy it. We'll pull out the pocket bazooka.
I had my own personal experience with TikTok, and I thought it was super cringe.
Okay.
I just didn't. I don't know. It's I have my I have my racism app and the car crash app.
Yep.
Instagram.
Yeah, that's what that app is, pretty much.
And then I have Facebook for family and friends.
Yep.
And I have YouTube. YouTube's my favorite app by a billion.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so versatile. So,
I mean,
like, what is TikTok good for?
Memes, short trends, like, dude, it's like, I think you're limitedly thinking about it.
Absolutely.
Is kind of how
I had a negative
because
experience
it's not
with it.
like none of the social platforms are all that different.
Absolutely.
They're all super similar. Some of them just do other things slightly better than other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Because literally all of them, their idea is, how can we show you content to get you to spend more time on the app? It's just the basis of it. So, like, what type of content do you want to see? Facebook, it has been more, like, as just socially, people have kind of, like, bucketed it into, like, yep, this is where your friends and family go. Like, you go there to talk with, you could like a photo from your grandma or whatever.
Yes.
Of her, like, life update post or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, even so being, like, Facebook, there's still a lot of people who consume short form content on Facebook. The audience
Absolutely.
is just generally a bit older. So the content stuff that they might like generally might skew a bit older.
Sure.
So, like, it's almost more of like a demographic thing. It's not necessarily that, I guess I would say, like, what does TikTok do good? Because TikTok does a billion things good.
Sure.
Same with Instagram, same with Facebook, same with YouTube. It's a lot of how you curate it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a lot of what type of stuff you engage with.
Yeah.
Because if you don't engage with good things on the platforms, no matter what platform it is, you're gonna see not good things.
Yes.
Because, like, it's not like oh, well, hey, he likes content that, or he actually only likes content of, or like gets a positive result from watching content that's like wholesome, but maybe you personally get like triggered and react to content that's very like triggering. Like, it's so being that's what you physically react to, that's what you comment on, that's what you spend the most time consuming. They're going to read that as, okay, well, they're spending a lot of time with this content.
Mm-hmm.
Let's show more of it. It's not necessarily they're like, we want to push bad content.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what people misconstrue it as. It's almost more of like video consumer behavior, where people are just, they're watching the videos a lot because it's triggering. Like, it's the same reason like a lot of people watch the news. Like, the reason why, like, a news platform, at least like major news networks, they don't really talk about good things a whole lot.
Absolutely.
Because literally, like, there's more attention in talking about bad things.
Yeah. It's more memorable.
People are literally more like triggered to like continue watching. They're able to draw more emotion from it.
Yeah.
At least like more of like a stronger emotion for them to immediately take action on. That's why like whenever you see like an ad, they try to target your pain points of something because it's a lot more like instant action.
Whoa. What do you mean? I actually have no idea what you mean.
So like, for example, if a product is going to like, if you see an ad,
Yeah.
you'll notice that they talk about like specific like pain points that like you might have. Like, for example, I'm just going to throw something out there because it's very relevant to me, is like your luggage. Like people will talk about you have a ripped bag, or they'll probably talk about maybe one time you've been on a flight or you've had an airplane experience where like your carry-on was just super heavy, or like maybe it got ripped.
But that would never happen with a Ridge suitcase.
I mean, it never would happen with a Ridge suitcase, but that's pretty much what they do. They target your pain point. They introduce it in the first 3 to 5 seconds because they don't want you to scroll away.
Yeah.
So they try to target you with a pain point immediately, and then they offer the solution immediately afterward.
Yeah. Dude,
Like,
that is trippy.
And it's more of like it's like
rage baiting.
It kind of is. I mean, it's more just like, this is something that's probably happened to you, so we're gonna call it out and be like, hey, you've probably had this happen, huh?
Yeah.
And it's like there's people out there who that has happened to them, and they're like, you know what? Now that you mention it, yeah, actually that has happened to me. Fuck. And then before you know it, they're watching an ad, and then it's like, oh yeah, well, guess what? This product solves this, that, and that. And then it's like, shit, I should actually get that. That sounds really good.
Dude, I like to think that, and maybe it's just me as a person, but I like to think that I'm not susceptible to ads. But then as time goes on, you realize everyone is.
Yeah, everyone is. Dude, how did you buy that hat?
I was looking up hats on Amazon.
How did you buy that shirt?
Exactly. That's exactly
Literally,
where I was
like,
going. I saw this shirt, which says, you know what? Let's move this guy. It says, "Not now, partner. My tummy hurts." And it's a little frog.
Funnily enough, like that's how because I would say that's very meme formatted.
Absolutely.
It looks like a meme.
Yeah.
On a t-shirt. And weirdly,
which is kind of hilarious.
It's like it's an organic form of advertising.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, we're advertising to people without them even realizing it.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's almost more like they're making merch based off of like this organic piece of content that just is performing well. So they're almost like like it's a combination of like they found this media source that people find entertaining, and then they are like, okay, well, let's make some merch based off that idea.
Well, and unironically, sometimes I think I buy stuff for the show, like because I want to wear it on. You know what I mean? Because like my wardrobe is my wardrobe. I have like a lot of North Face shirts. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of like, I don't know. I like to consider them cool shirts or like, you know, stuff that I enjoy wearing on a day-to-day basis. I just think this is really funny. Mm-hmm. And like, I was like, oh man, I could see myself wearing this on the podcast. I could see myself wearing it outside of the podcast. Mm-hmm. And then, I don't know. It's not like self-deprecating is not the right word, but like,
it's silly.
Yeah.
It's definitely not self-deprecating. It just is silly. It's like, what, dude? A frog with a cowboy hat and cowboy boots? Like, what?
My tummy hurt.
And then it's like holding its stomach. Like, it's just silly.
My tummy hurt.
It really is what it is.
Yeah.
So, like, to put a nice bow on that topic, I mean, like, yeah, it just is like and I mean, not every ad is a problem solution ad where it's trying to solve some sort of problem in your life. That just is a really way to advertise products to people, is where it solves a problem. Mm-hmm. And funnily enough, inherently, I mean, it's not necessarily you're like, fuck, what outfit am I going to wear on the podcast? But technically that solves a problem of, what outfit are you going to wear on a podcast? Or
for me,
what outfit do I think is going to look cool? That's kind of like the problem it's solving inherently, which is like, it's almost like a, what is the term, I guess, is like, you know, people have like their own, I guess, what in the advertising world, we call as like personas, which is basically like the things they identify with.
Absolutely.
Like the things that they enjoy, the things that they like. And
Yeah.
then it's like there's things that you can utilize that can help talk to that audience of people. Where it's like, yeah, they like these certain sort of things. So they're more enticed to purchase based off of just because you're showing them something they like. I mean, shit, dude. That's how I bought that fucking T-Wolves ball.
Wait, that was an advertisement?
It wasn't an ad as much as I just looked up T-Wolves stuff, and I'm just like, dude, like, someone could advertise me T-Wolves shit, and I just fucking buy it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I did that with I bought like a vintage Anthony Edwards shirt.
That's hard.
Which was sick, but I literally just looked up vintage T-Wolves. And, like, people can run Google ads based off the words you're typing. That's why you see, like, ad, stuff like that.
Like sponsored.
Yeah, sponsored. And, yeah, basically when you're seeing that sponsored stuff, someone's paying for you to see that.
Do you think that's, like, do you think you get better products or worse products?
Better products.
The ones that are sponsored?
Oh, I thought you were just talking about the marketplace in general. When people spend money on advertising, no, not necessarily. You have to do your due diligence, but also remember that like this isn't just fucking any ad you see on Facebook, Google, Instagram. This is just any product in general. 9 times out of 10, they're mass-produced products.
Well, isn't almost anything?
Yeah, pretty much anything besides something that's personalized.
Yeah.
Is
like Etsy.
Kind of. Yeah, I would say kind of. Because, I mean, not all products. There's definitely a lot of mass-produced products on Etsy.
Sure.
Like digital planners, mass-produced. Where it's literally like, I wouldn't even, I mean, I guess it's not really mass-produced, but they made a version of it. Yeah. And then they just fucking send it to you. And then they work on their marketing and their customer experience.
Sure.
So, I mean, I guess kind of, because if you're getting like a physical product from Etsy, it usually is that case. But sometimes it's just like this. Like, for example, I think that shirt is a great example of something that was probably mass produced.
Absolutely.
Because it's literally just something that someone, like, they saw a meme of it and they were like, fuck, dude, let me open up my Adobe InDesign or my Adobe Photoshop or my Adobe Illustrator, and let's fucking create this and let's make it so we could print it on a shirt. Then they fucking pop it on a shirt and they're just like, all right, cool, let's sell this thing.
Well, I mean, there's so much, as well as like it's this specifically, it's a copycat game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, somebody's trying to sell this exact shirt in blue. Somebody's trying to sell this, like, dude, this image of this, sad frog.
There's no copyright on that specifically. And another thing is there's no, like, someone technically can put copyright on that phrase and saying as well as the image. Yeah. However, they could not put copyright on an idea, if that makes sense. Like, that's literally not like maybe they can't, but legitimately they cannot.
What do you mean on like an idea?
So like you can do it on like a physical product or like information of a physical product, a specific product, but you cannot do it on. I'm gonna give an example because it's literally what I do. Photography tips. You cannot put a copyright and be like, well, I'm the only guy who could do photography tips.
Yeah, that'd be bullshit.
Exactly. Like, there's no, like, idea hoarding, I guess you would say, of, like, copyright around that.
Sure.
Now, for example, with that, like, if the person had a copyright, which I doubt they do, it'd be like the creator of the meme itself or, whatever it may be, they would have to put a copyright on the image itself and then the phrase, the specific wording of the phrase.
Sure.
Because then you can kind of transfer the words up a little bit and you can kind of like switch the saying around.
The not now partner, my tummy hurts.
Right.
Somebody could copyright that or this image.
Yeah, or the image.
Whoever made this could copyright it.
Yeah. Yes, they could.
But dude, what about like the stuff when you see those ads where it's like, clearly Baby No Money didn't write off like his song being on this ad. Like, there's just no way.
So like, there are some like songwriters who will give their like basically because it's usually
Like licenses.
there's like licensing agreements
Yeah.
from like the music distribution corporation alongside the what the hell are they called? Basically, like
Distributors.
not like a distributor, but basically it's like a music artist makes a deal with a company. I can't remember what the hell they're called, but to basically help distribute their music.
And they're not
Record
called
label.
They're not called distributors.
Record label.
Okay.
A record label. That's exactly where like they're like signing the music artist. And usually a lot of times it's like there's like a split between the music artist and the record label.
Sure.
And then if you see their song on like a Old Navy ad or like, I mean, technically on like a Facebook or Instagram or TikTok ad, the advertiser, not TikTok, the individual is responsible for clarifying rights of music usage. And then what Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever platform's job it is to do is if that isn't upheld to remove it.
Oh, so if they don't pay for the thing, that's like, all right, see ya.
Because like they'll literally be like, by running this, you're confirming you have ad usage rights on this song or all of this stuff. You have rights to do all this stuff. And then it's on Facebook to either recognize it and take it down, or it's on the company to message said company and be like, hey, we saw you using this, take this down, or we're going to fucking sue your ass.
Is that
basically
like the DMCA thing?
Yeah, that's like DMCA, whatever the fucking term is. But for YouTube, it's more of like, it's a lot different because YouTube has it like built in where like you get like a copyright strike for using fucking 5 seconds of a song.
Thank God we don't, other than the Kesha song in the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, we poorly sang it. I don't even think we sang it right, so.
I wish I knew it.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me bust it out
Let me play it.
Yeah, let me play it. There's no way they make it this far in the podcast.
But dude, they probably would, yeah. Like,
if
dude,
the video was big enough.
Not even if it's big enough, dude.
Really?
They literally have AI robots that do that shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. They have fucking AI robots that fucking scrub videos. You think they're going to have a fucking person do that?
Dude, every time we upload, well, you know, I upload the video, it like scrubs it beforehand.
Yeah.
To see if like, I don't know.
To make sure there's no like, it's like whether or not it's kid friendly.
Well, I click the button straight away to say it's not. I don't want children, if you're watching, get the fuck out of here. Like, what are you here for?
Right.
Like, I don't like it. I don't like the idea of kids watching. I mean, dude, I just make they're all bits. Everything in the bit world and the comedy world, I like to maybe push the envelope sometimes. But like in reality, it's just like we're just not trying to go for kids. Like, you know, as much and as popular as that is in the YouTube space.
Mm-hmm. Extremely popular.
Well, because I mean, it's just there has to be so much money in it. Like the Mr. Beast, somebody who does focus on making his content so widely available that literally your grandma could watch it, a 5-year-old could watch it, and get a similar experience. And like, I don't know, just like his latest video that I saw was helping 200 people walk again. And it's like, okay, buddy, fuck, man. Like, he's probably getting shit for that too.
Oh, probably.
Because why not?
Someone is going to give him shit for it.
Yeah. Why not dunk on the guy trying to actually help people?
Yeah. It's the guy on the couch who's watching YouTube videos, not doing shit, barely making like, you know, above minimum wage, who's like, fuck Mr. Beast. He's out here fucking helping people.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think, and I think this has just been any sort of Mr. Beast dilemma. It's not necessarily that people have a problem with Mr. Beast. It's more of why is it Mr. Beast and why is it not the government who's helping these people out? And I think that's just more of the general issue most people have.
Yeah.
Is that like it makes them think that, but then they're like their whole idea doesn't come out in a comment. it just, and then like your brain interprets it as this way.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a comment just comes out really like, oh fuck, well, you know what, now that I'm actually looking at the comment, you know, I didn't mean it that way when I commented it.
Sure.
I meant it more because, I mean, dude, how could you fucking hate on someone who's fucking helping 200 people walk?
I bet I could pull the comments.
I mean, part of it is the fact that people say, well, he's leveraging this to be a famous content creator. It's like, you know what? He's overall...
He's already a famous content creator.
Right. Well, and there's other people who will like fake help people, which that's really ridiculous. Yeah. Where there's people who literally like, they'll set up a whole bit where like they'll fake help a homeless guy, where they literally will have someone either dress up like a homeless person, or after the cameras are done rolling, they'll take the money back.
What the
Or
fuck?
they'll give like homeless people fake money. Yeah,
Monopoly money?
Not like, dude, they'll literally...
Canadian money?
Actually, yen. They'll give them foreign currency.
Give them barrels and barrels of yen. And they're just like, yes, Bing Chilling.
Of course. Thank God I can use all of this foreign currency in America.
Yeah,
but
dude, that'd be terrible.
That's kind of the general idea behind it, why a lot of people don't like the type Mr. Beast type content, as well as like some of it is like they're arguably exploiting just random
the people for views,
just as like they're unpaid actors, basically. Within like but
they're also not unpaid actors because they're getting something out of it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's what a lot of people kind of like are like, well, you know, where's the line exactly? Because it's like, okay, like this guy who gets 10 million views off of a video because he went and helped out, you know, gave John, who doesn't have a house and is struggling to like keep his emotional support pet.
Yeah.
Even though he's also homeless,
Sure.
Some guy goes and gives him $500. Like, that is pennies compared to what the guy who's creating the video is making, when the reason that the video arguably performs really well is because John's in the situation he's in.
Sure.
And that's where, like, I think most people can see the dilemma.
Well, it's an ethical dilemma. Where do you stand? What do you think?
I mean, I would say it really depends, because like there's so much we don't see, like behind the scenes.
Sure.
Of it all.
So say the exact scenario that you just painted.
Mm-hmm.
Say I am.
I mean, it's hard to say that isn't fucked up.
So
you know?
like, say I'm a YouTuber. I have 100,000 subscribers, and that's my whole channel. My whole channel is going to homeless people. And like, I'm like, yo, I give homeless people $500, the people that are struggling. And that's my whole channel.
Okay.
I go to John. John seems super supportive. He doesn't know I'm a YouTuber. He doesn't really even know I'm filming him, because I'm assuming most of these people don't walk up to people and say, hey, sir, can I film you today? They just start filming him.
Yeah, they just do it.
Yeah.
They just usually do it. And then they're almost like more waiting for someone to say no.
Exactly.
That's kind of more of how it is. It's the what's the approach called? It's the
ask for forgiveness later.
Yes, exactly. Don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness later.
Yeah.
Which I think just the philosophy of that is really fucking messed up.
Yeah.
Because it seems when you just say that, you sound super manipulative.
Sure.
You sound like you're trying to take advantage of someone, unless they're going to stop you.
Yep.
Which is like, there's some people who have like a tough time setting boundaries with people.
Absolutely.
So like, you're instantly like, you're kind of like, you're gambling on, you're like, okay, well, let's see if this guy has a tough time setting boundaries, or girl, or whoever, you know.
Them.
Whoever they are, exactly. So, I mean, I think all of it ultimately comes down to like also how much the creator is getting back, because
Sure.
I don't think anyone would have an issue with, you know, giving $500 to, you know, John's getting $500 from Greg for filming this YouTube video.
Yeah.
If Greg's also getting $500 from the video,
Sure.
no one has a problem with that. But when it's like, oh, well, John's getting $500, but Greg gets $20,000 for making this video, it's like, bro, what the fuck?
The splits off.
Yeah, it's like, dude, what the shit? Like,
but also you could argue that the guy who actually uploaded the content, edited the content, has a following, has built up this following.
Dude, and here also is the dilemma, is that like the way content currently is in the marketplace, it isn't necessarily because you have a following. You don't need to have a following to have a banger video.
Sure, absolutely.
A video of pop the fuck off.
Yeah.
And I would even go as far to say is that like, you can also, the inverse can happen. You can have a following and you can have a shitty performing video.
Absolutely.
That doesn't make it like, that doesn't even make it bad content necessarily.
Yeah.
Where I think like the debate of like, oh yeah, well he's made this whole like, I guess like channel based off of like argue quote unquote, kind of like a predatory behavior.
So, okay. So you do think it's bad?
I think a lot of it is based off of how much money the creator's making.
Okay.
I think that is the basis of a lot of it.
So only if he was giving it all to charity, maybe?
When it is like, okay, like they're doing so much for the greater good and it's not like they're taking in personally where they're making it like greed focused.
Sure.
They're like, let's put focus towards helping other people. Let's put more money into that. Like, for example, and here's why I think Mr. Beast is a really good example of how to do it correctly.
Sure.
Is because he's not like, oh, let me go buy a mansion with all this money I'm getting. Or let me fucking, go buy all this exorbitant, like, greed type shit.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, how can we put this into making more entertaining videos for people to get entertainment out of? How can we put this towards helping other people? Because he has a whole philanthropy channel where he literally just fucking helps people like build homes.
Yep.
Like helps people walk, helps people see. Like there's that factor to it.
Absolutely.
And then he helps a bunch of his friends. Like there's that factor to it.
Sure.
But dude, most people don't think about that much of it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I guess when I speak about it, I'm not necessarily talking about Mr. Beast.
Sure.
I'm talking about the other people who do it where they're pretty close to like what I would call extorting people because like, well, maybe not extorting is the correct terminology, but they're exploiting people. They're using people as unpaid actors.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more of like the public type videos.
Yeah.
Where they're using them as unpaid actors to come act. And yeah, they do agree about it. But like, it's like, dude, if people knew how much money some of these creators make, part of it is kind of like a little bit fucked up for that aspect. And it's a big reason why, for example, because I've done some like public street photography content.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I keep it very like, hey, like I'm going to come take some photos for you and we'll just film the whole process. I'll help you pose, all that fun stuff, and I'll send you all the photos.
Sure.
It's basically a free photo shoot for them.
Yeah, that sounds dope.
Very win-win.
Yeah, give me your Gmail. I'll send you this stuff. I'll edit it for you. You can have a new profile picture.
Yeah, exactly. Where like in specific cases where they're just giving this person like $500 for a video that makes $20,000, but I'll admit not every video is making $20,000, but
well, every one of the wells has.
Yeah, I mean it's made 50 billion, so. But I don't know. I mean, that just kind of is how like that kind of like giving content is.
Sure.
Inherently is like there's. Sometimes it is very mutually beneficial. I saw this one by this channel called SB Mowing recently.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah, he
very
goes
chill.
Yeah, goes around, mows people's lawns, helps them
free.
out. Yeah, literally for free.
Yep.
And like usually it's someone who fucking needs it.
Yes.
There was this old lady who like needed her like lawn mowed because the city was gonna fine her. He went and mowed, and this is like an old lady. She's got to be like. She like was having a hard time walking, like the whole nine for an older lady.
Sad.
Which was super sad, dude. That video fucking crushed.
Doesn't
and
surprise
then
me.
Secondarily, they set up a GoFundMe
for
her. The goal was $100,000. Within like 2 days, it was at like almost $1 million. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Well,
Now at that point, you have
see-
to trust him to do that.
See, that's where it starts. Well, and I mean, it's like it's a GoFundMe page, and usually how GoFundMe's are set up is like the like person who sets it up has it directed to like a completely separate entity, and I
Okay.
think that's one of the prerequisites of it.
Okay.
Is it has to be sent to a separate equity
Okay.
to where that distributes it, and it can't be. I don't
be
know
him.
100% how it fully works, but this is just based off what I've heard from other people who've set it up.
Sure.
Is that like it can't be in that person's like name or something kind of along those lines.
I couldn't start a GoFundMe for you and have it set up to my bank account.
Something along those
Hopefully.
lines. Hopefully. That's at least what I've heard. I don't know how much validities there is in that, but
Yeah.
um
I've heard of fucked up GoFundMes.
so yeah. I mean, there's definitely positives and negative sides to it. Overall, I think TikTok is a good platform.
Yeah. That is
It's essentially how we got into the topic, and we just kind of ran with it for the whole episode. So.
that is the, and this is the thing for the audience that I'd like to ask for anyone that's made it this far. This was an unscripted video. This is very just off the cuff, very banger content, less comedy, less more like built-in bits.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, we definitely didn't do much comedy stuff. We kind of just had like, well, and I mean, it's what we do for all of our stuff. It's like we just have launch points.
Yep.
We literally just have like a topic to go off of, and then we can go off the topic for however set length.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah.
Yeah. If you liked it, please comment, like it, subscribe. We're on all the platforms. We are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TikTok, maybe for now.
For now.
YouTube Shorts, Instagram, Facebook. If it's on social media, we're probably there.
Yep.
We might be expanding into more as the channel continues to grow. It's been good. Anything you like to add in?
Yeah. Eat popcorn.
Eat popcorn, and Jesus loves you.